All right, let me turn up this volume here. Let's see who is all in here. Amber, you're in here. Amber, can you type something in the chat or say hello? Let's see, I think that you're naturally muted when you first come in. You're naturally muted, but you can unmute yourself and tell me something. Talk to me, Amber. Can you hear me well? Okay, I'm just going to lower my camera a little bit. A little bit more up close and personal. Okay, Amber, it says you're connected to audio, so you should be able to hear me now, right? Could you give me a thumbs up, perhaps, in the chat? Or yes, Amber, I think I hear you. Is that you?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you. Fine. How are you?
I'm good. I think we're the only people in here so far.
Okay.
But that's okay, girl, because I am recording this, so it'll be played back in the platform, okay?
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, but since you're here, how are you enjoying everything so far?
Well, I'm just getting started on everything. I started a little late, so.
Oh, okay.
So it'll be this week. It will be my first official week. So.
Okay, got you. Well, there are other people joining us as I speak. So if you see me like reaching up here, I'm like allowing them to come into the room with us. Okay. So,
perfect.
All right. So to begin, the agenda for today is I'm going to talk about the community roundup, which is an article that I posted not too long ago before the call, maybe about an hour ago. And it's basically just highlighting anything from last week that you may have missed, sort of in any activity that went on. And then just kind of, I guess, analyzing the feedback that I received as well. Let me see here. Looks like my video is like paused or something, but maybe not. Hi, Miss Opal. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. Good. Thank you for being an active participant. I have seen you in there, girl, so thank you. Okay, so after I talk about that, then I'm going to discuss the meal calendar, the recipes and tutorials that I will be releasing today. Then I'll get into the training. We'll have time for questions and answers, and then I'll wrap up by telling you what's to come for the next week, okay? So first of all, I appreciate y'all's patience this week because it has been crazy busy. As you guys know, I had a bakery business before this, and I still had some wedding cakes on my calendar to get through that people had paid for well in advance. So I just finished up my last wedding cake of the year. So that's where most of my focus has been this week. Otherwise, you would have already had your meal calendar and recipes for today like you did last week. So I appreciate y'all for giving me some extra time to do that and not jumping down my throat. But last week we talked about vegan meat substitutes, and that was really fun. We specifically honed in on vegan chicken because I know a lot of people eat chicken and they want to know how to replace that. So I did a training video kind of talking about like the top 5 different meat substitutes. And then we had recipes for fried oyster mushrooms, a chicken Philly cheesesteak, which was so good, and then some some cauliflower wings. You could have added buffalo sauce to them or barbecue sauce, whatever you wanted to. And so at first, y'all, I'm not gonna lie, I was worried because after I posted the videos and stuff, it was like crickets. I didn't hear nothing. And then I was like on Monday, hey guys, how's it going? Nobody said anything, and I don't think I heard anything Tuesday, and I'm freaking out. But then by the middle of the week, in the end, people were like, oh, we made it, or we watched the videos and it was great. So people loved it, you know. And then I did have some people send me their pictures of what they actually made. Unfortunately, for some reason, I could not upload those properly into the article. Otherwise, I would have shown you. But I'll find another way to do that, probably from my laptop. So yeah, thank you to everyone that participated in that. What else? Oh, I really enjoyed seeing you guys help each other out as well, because somebody was telling me about Costco, like that's a good place to shop for stuff, and I never go into Costco. I've probably only been in there once in my lifetime. And so the young lady actually offered to let me use her card if I'm in Gwinnett. So thank you. When I go to Gwinnett, I will definitely call you for that Costco card. And maybe I shouldn't say that out loud. I don't know. But another thing was somebody else asked about how to make like tofu chicken tacos, and some other member jumped in and just kind of like helped them navigate that before I could respond. So that is perfect. I love to see that. Okay, because I have experience with a lot of things, but I haven't tried everything, you know? So you guys are just as valuable as I am. All right, so as far as the meal calendar, the recipes and tutorials for today, I am still working on those, but I will have them to you by the end of the day, and they will be posted on the platform, and they will be all about vegan cheese substitutes, okay? And I believe what I'm going to give you guys is the loaded nacho dip that I have, my lasagna recipe, and I wanted to give you guys some mozzarella sticks because that's like a really cute snack. But the mozzarella sticks is to be determined. So you might see a different one, but I really am hoping for those three for sure. Does that sound good, Miss Opal and Amber?
It does.
Yep, sounds good.
Awesome. Okay, let's see. I'm just trying to make sure there's nobody trying to get in that I haven't put in the group. Okay. All right, so for today's training, we're gonna just talk about all the different substitutes that are out there for cheese. I wanted to show you guys some of my favorite brands as well. So we're gonna start off with what most people would consider like processed cheese, or just something that is already created in the store for you, okay? So this first one right here is Daya's cheddar style shreds, okay? Let me tell you about Daya. Daya is a pretty good brand nowadays. Back in the day, Daya did not used to taste good at all. It was like cardboard. It was disgusting. But then they sold this company to like a pharmaceutical company, which makes me cringe, but you know, they tweaked the recipe and now it's amazing. And I use this in my nacho dip. So when I release that recipe, you will see that. And this is the one I'm talking about. Now, when you go to the store, please be mindful. There are two different types of Daya cheese that are both cheddar, okay? And I noticed this. This is like the newer version. This is what the newer pack looks like, all right? I thought that they took out all the other old nasty Daya products, but apparently there's still some on the shelves, like in the health food store. You want to get this kind though, because this is the newer, better recipe. The other one is like a darker, it looks darker than this. It's not as light and bright, okay? Don't get that one. It's nasty. But this is great for when it's melted in nachos. Also great for making like cheese grits. So this is something that, this is a good one that tastes great melted all the way through, not necessarily sprinkled like on top of a baked potato, for example, okay? I wouldn't eat it like that. Another processed cheese is BioLife. I absolutely love BioLife products. They are really, really good. This is probably my favorite brand of vegan cheese. Here I have their mozzarella shreds, which are really great. I have used this before in making my mac and cheese. I've also used this in, I think on pizza before as well. And it's pretty good. It gets the job done. I think I like it more in my mac and cheese than in pizza because it is more melted in the mac and cheese, you know? So when it comes to eating cheese, vegan cheese, how you would a normal cheese, you know, it's just not the same. Unfortunately, it's just not. You know, regular cheese is salty. It's got that. It's just amazing. And I haven't found a vegan cheese that I can eat unmelted like that quite just yet, I guess. But so just melt the cheese, okay? That's the advice I'm giving you. Melt it. BioLife also has a really, really good mature cheddar slice, okay? Mature cheddar slice is like a bright orange. It is not your regular cheddar slice that you might find in Publix. You can only find this one at Whole Foods. It's called Mature Cheddar Slice. It's like a bright orange, yellowish color, and it's perfect in grilled cheese. It is so, so delicious. I love it, okay? Then Violife also makes the best cream cheese on the market right here. I love Violife so much, I used to sell this product too before they finally got into all the stores in the US, because this product was created in like Greece somewhere. But this is the best thing to the real cream cheese I've ever tasted. I used to use this in my mac and cheese as well. And yeah, it's delicious. Oh, that's the other recipe I might give you. Instead of mozzarella sticks, it might be mac and cheese, because people eat that a lot, okay? So when you want to make a bagel, or you want to use this in, I don't know, anything that has cream cheese, use Violife only. Also, another brand is Follow Your Heart. They have these provolone style slices, which is what I use in my Philly cheesesteak that you guys saw from last week. In my chicken Philly, I use that right on top. These are delicious. Excuse me, when I cannot find the Violife mature cheddar slices, this is what I use for a grilled cheese. And these are excellent. They melt very well. Taste just like the real thing, okay? This is another brand too called Chow. Chow is a great brand. I've actually, oh, Latora's here. Let me admit her. Hi, Latora, girl, I'm so happy you're here. Chow is another great brand. So I don't know if I've actually ever tried Chow. Excuse me, the brand is called Field Roast, my bad. It's right here, but you know, the type of cheese is called Chow. But I have heard very great things about this from people I trust with their taste buds, okay? So I've heard that this brand is really, really good, but I haven't personally tried it. And I think they have one that's sort of like a red pepper type of cheese. So they've got different flavors, you know? So you can always try that. And so those are pretty much my favorite brands for like processed cheeses, especially if you're a beginner and you really maybe don't have time or know how to make your own just yet. You can just resort to those and you should have great success with them, okay? Then there are a few other ways you can make your own cheese substitutes. One of my favorite things to use is cashews. These are amazing. This is what I use in my lasagna cheese, okay? So, you know, I guess typically in a lasagna, you have your meat sauce or what have you. You might even put vegetables in it, and then you would sprinkle like shredded cheese on there, right? So when I do my lasagna, I make like this very flavorful cheese sauce, if you will. And it's kind of thick, but really like nice and smooth. And you just kind of smooth that onto your layers of lasagna instead of the cheese that you would normally sprinkle, okay? And so cashews are just very magical in that they can create that sauce that I just explained. I've also made Parmesan cheese, the grated kind that you just sprinkle on top with cashews. And that was amazing. I was really freaking out about that. So these are great. Also, you know, cauliflower is another one that you can use to help create a natural cheese sauce. You can use potatoes to help you get that flavor. You can use orange bell peppers to help you get the color. You can use shredded carrots to help you get the color because these are orange. What else could you use? A lot of people like to use tofu sometimes to get like this creamy texture of cheese. And there's like a million types of cheeses out there. So it just really depends on what you're going for. A lot of people like to create a cheese wheel that you can eat with crackers, you know. That's very easy to do with cashews or tofu, and you can use agar powder, not the flakes, but the powder, and that helps kind of like stabilize the cheese in a way that you can slice it or, you know, utilize it however you want to, okay? But that is a little bit more advanced, and we can get into that a little later if you guys want to. But to start, these are some great alternatives. Also, nutritional yeast, okay? If you have done any sort of research about veganism, you have probably come across nutritional yeast in some form. I'm gonna give you guys a little close-up. Oh, Oh my gosh, this smells so good. Let me show you. Okay, so this is nutritional yeast, right? And it actually is pretty great for you. It helps reduce your deficiency in B12 because a lot of times when you become vegan, people have problems with their B12. And apparently there's like no other way you can get it except from meat. But through my research, I have found that nutritional yeast actually can help you with any sort of B12 deficiencies. It's great in protein. It has a lot of other minerals and vitamins in it as well, and it is delicious. So basically, it's just a deactivated yeast. It's similar to the yeast that you would use in baker's bread or in beer. However, in bread and beer, those types of yeast are alive. You know, that's why they're able to like help the bread or the beer rise like that. This is a dead yeast, okay, but it's fortified with minerals and vitamins. And so it has a savory, like cheesy, nutty flavor. And you can use it on anything. I have used this in mac and cheese. I've used this in any sort of cheese sauce that I want. I've sprinkled this on popcorn. I have used this, I don't even know. I use it all the time. I wish I could just bathe in nutritional yeast, okay? So basically, those are pretty much all the substitutes I have. Of course, like when it comes to my nacho dip, I'm using this, but I'm using other things, of course, right? So I might use like some sour cream, and I might use salsa or almond milk to like still help me bring together these flavors along with other seasonings. So I'm not just melting this in a pot and dipping a nacho, you know, a tortilla I can't even talk. I'm not dipping a tortilla chip in melted diet cheese. That's not what we're doing here. Okay, we're gonna season and develop these flavors, but this is a great base. That's the point I'm trying to make. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Anybody have any questions? You can take yourself off mute, by the way. Amber. Opal.
No, I don't have any questions right now. I've been taking notes though.
Okay, great. Which one do you think that you might find yourself gravitating towards?
Probably the diet.
The diet, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is very simple. Do you eat nachos a lot?
Not a lot, but I do eat them, yeah.
Okay. How about mac and cheese or lasagna?
Mac and cheese I like, not lasagna, not so much.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. That's the first time I've heard that. I'm like really, I love pasta and I love
I'm not a
mac and
pasta
cheese.
person.
Oh, you're not?
I'm not
Okay.
big on pasta.
I love
My
pasta.
husband is though, but I'm not.
Your husband? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Why don't you like pasta? I'm curious.
I guess I'm just not a starchy like type person. I don't like rice and pasta. Those are not my favorite dishes.
Really? Do you eat quinoa?
You know, I've tried it, and a couple of times that I did like it. Yeah.
Okay, good.
I like it.
Yeah, I'm trying to gravitate towards being a more healthy vegan, but for now I love pasta, and I love like, you know, mac and cheese and rice. I know rice
Mac and
is really
cheese,
not,
yeah. Who doesn't love mac and cheese?
right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Rice is not that great for me, and I know that, and so I have made quinoa a lot, and my daughter loves that too. So I try to, I need to just get rid of all the rice in my pantry. I really do.
I need to try it more. I've only tried it like a couple of times, so I'm gonna try
Yeah?
it more. Right. Mhm.
Yeah, I like to make it. The first couple of times I made it, of course, I didn't have the right knowledge, so it wasn't that great. Now when I make it, like I use vegetable broth, you know, in there. I might even throw in a veggie bouillon cube in it, and it's very flavorful, you know.
I'm
So
gonna try it.
yeah, do that. Okay. Thank you, Miss Opal. Latora, how are you? Latora might not be able to talk right now. Amber, I did see your message in the chat that You have a loud background, but everything looks great. Okay, that's acceptable. Latora, I hope you're watching too, and you found this information helpful. So yeah, I will upload this to the platform so everybody else can see. And since I don't have any questions right now, whoever is watching this, if you, oh, you're in your pajamas, Latora. Okay, no problem. But yeah, if you're watching this later and you have questions, don't worry. Just go ahead and type it in the comments and I'll be sure to answer you if I haven't answered you already. And so I guess with that, we can just kind of wrap up and I'll tell you about what's coming up next week, okay? So as I mentioned, I'm going to release the recipes and tutorials today. But next week, I will be putting out a poll for you to vote because I will be doing a live cooking class on our last day of being in this beta test, okay? And I want to know what you guys want to see me make. It'll be from some of the recipes I've already given you, but you will vote on which one you might want to see me cook live. And I will do that for you on next Saturday, okay? Which will be like the final day of our beta test. So be looking out for that. And also I will be sending out a survey, sort of like an exit survey where I can get your feedback about this whole experience as a whole and just see what any type of like, you know, adjustments I need to make or how I can proceed from here. Because I will have another launch where I keep it open year round for people to enroll. This, you know, these past 2 weeks have just been for testing and getting feedback, as you guys are aware, okay? So let me see, is that it? I think that's it. So I'm gonna download this and I'll post it on the platform, okay? Thank y'all so much for attending. Talk to you later.
Have a great day.
Thank you, bye-bye.